Hello, my name is Justin Gomez. I am going to be talking about the three tools that I found the most helpful in throughout this class and that I've actually used the most in the amount of time that I've been in the class. So the first tool that I'm going to discuss is FocusMate. This actually I find to be the most versatile and helpful tool in general. Some these other tools the other tools that I'm going to be talking about are a little bit more geared towards academics and geared slightly towards work, but not towards everyday life. FocusMate, I find to be geared towards everyday life, being able to do things, just doing chores, doing workouts, doing things like that. And this is a perfect example. First of all, it gives you the option. The desk is something for, writing emails, as it says, doing homework, working, things like that, where you basically can essentially FaceTime someone else that wants to do the same task or a similar task, and you guys can hold each other accountable for it. So I can FaceTime somebody, and they're going to be doing something that they're doing, and I'm going to be doing something that I'm doing, and we're going to be holding each other accountable. And I find that that's very helpful for me, at least. So this one would be with someone that is doing the same thing as you, doing homework, doing work, things like that. Moving around is someone that's going to be running around, doing errands, doing chores, working out even, and that's going to be helpful towards people like that. Um, and then you can essentially pick a time slot. If you pick on a person, for example, I pick on Anne, it's very likely that I'll be paired up with Anne. Not necessarily confirmed as it says here, but it's my most likely partner. So that's basically how to do it, how FocusMate is working. So the next tool that I use, which has been fairly helpful in my job, but not so, but I find that it will be a lot more helpful once I start school. This is Todoist, and it is what basically it sounds like. It's a online to-do list where different you can check off different things when you get started. I have little things like finish the final project, and for work, I have a few tasks that I put for myself. But I find that this will be the most helpful when I'm taking these 15, 16 credits, when I'm in the fall, when I'm studying, and it will definitely help me reach my goal of not procrastinating everything into 1 or 2 days and being able to spread out all my work into the 7 days of the week. I think that once I start the semester, I think that my plan is going to be to make this schedule for everything that I'm going to be doing throughout the week on Sunday, and that'll help me when I'm not during the day. I'm not thinking about what needs to get done. I'm just doing what's on the list, doing what I already decided I was going to do, and just checking it off once it's done. um, like I said, this is not too helpful for me doing simple chores or doing things for work. This is going to be the most helpful when I'm in school and have different chapters and have to worry about different things. And this I can show you, for example, let's say I can make a tax name, for example, study biology chapters 1, 2, 3, right? And this should be due on Monday, right? And then that's going to be the case where I'm going to have to get it done on Monday, and I'm going to hold myself accountable towards it. And I could even use this in collaboration with FocusMate. So the last tool that I have is Semantic Scholar. Um, as a bio major, as someone who has done, I can't even count how many lab reports I've done throughout my college career. This is something that I wish I found a lot earlier. Um, I used to always use the Stony Brook database to find any articles needed, anything necessary for any lab reports, doing any research, and that's it's if anyone has experience with that, they know it's not easy. They know you're looking through things, you're having a hard time finding them, and there's not something that's not always there. So it's very difficult. And I find the Semantic Scholar, possibly because it's AI generated, that it really does find exactly what I need. And I'm not going looking all over the world. Everything comes up right at the top. I'm not having to scroll through anything. I'm not having to look for, half an hour to an hour just to find a good article. the good articles are in the front. And this has not been useful to me too much as of yet because this is more geared towards academics. But in my job, my boss, I work in a doctor's office, and he has all of us basically do um, lectures for the staff and basically talk about things that go on in our office, like pulmonary function tests, biologic medication, things like that. And I did use this to research a few things. For example, I did my presentation on impulse oscillometry, which is a breathing test, pulmonary function test. And these are the things that came up. These are all the citations for it. And then I can open this on my own, which it should load, but essentially it shows the entire, there it goes. It shows the entire article, and I used basically all of this, and I documented all of this in my presentation. And I find that this will definitely be helpful to me in helping my time management, in helping me actually even overcome procrastination. Because with such a tedious thing to do, like look in the Stony Brook database and struggle to find an article, struggle to find something, it really discourages me. And I really push it off to the very last minute. And I find that with something like this, it's not going to be as difficult for me. And I've noticed this, I've looked up a few things actually in I've really looked up a few things in Semantic Scholar, and I have not had issues yet. And I find that making this so easy for me is, again, going to make me less likely to, one, procrastinate, and it's going to save me time when I could be doing other things. If I'm making a lab report, I shouldn't be spending all the time finding the references. I should be spending more time writing the discussion, writing the conclusion, writing the things that will help with my grades, and as well help me with wanting to get things done and getting them done right and efficiently. So that is about it. I find personally that Todoist will be more helpful to me academically, but Focusmate will be more helpful to me in my life, in my day-to-day life. And again, Semantic Scholar is very helpful, and it's very strictly academic for the most part. But all three are very helpful, and I'm very glad that I found all three.